Ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to the Bat and the Bandit episode 38. We're fucking... Well, how are you doing? You okay, mate?
Doing good, mate. Your hair looks fucking delightful, by the way.
Stop that,
Can I just say?
I just got a vid like this.
Do you curl that wee bit up in the front?
No, mate, it's a natural. First of all, I think it's because I'm a forward-facing sleeper. So I think I literally just... And my fucking hair on the pillow. Because, mate, when I fall asleep hard. Like,
mate, you're like a fucking wee Lauren Elvis, aren't you?
Stop,
A beard, no eyebrows and a beard.
Thank you.
But apart from that, you
Thank
look
you very much.
like him.
I do have eyebrows. You just need to be
You're
close up to see them.
Aye.
Constantly have a shocked expression on my face. Myself and Gareth Dunlop, you pointed it out the other day, we're slowly morphing into the one person.
I gotta get him. He keeps. I think now he's probably watched a couple. And he's went, fuck,
I just said, fuck that.
I don't know. Don't know, but seriously.
I don't know if my brand would be in keeping with you lads.
And that's perfectly acceptable. But Gareth, if you do watch this, mate,
we'll behave ourselves.
We'll behave ourselves. Like, we'll just be talking about music and
immigration.
No, Phil,
right, okay,
no,
right,
no Epstein files or fuck all. It would just be all about Gareth just telling us his stories and stuff like that.
Well, he's just as bad. He goes over to America and writes songs. So I'm just saying, Gareth,
Yeah.
But no, Gareth's a thoroughly lovely young man, very interesting man.
Did you see he's got the fucking that track? I put it up this morning on the stories
on Marshalls or
Marshalls,
something. Oh, fuck, fair play to him,
brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
You were both kind of put in a horrible fucking situation that you can't say too much about, but I think you know what the crack is.
No, they're cunts, mate. It's fucking. But see, at the end of the day, I have this. This is my wee empire.
Yeah.
Gareth had to just make sure that everything he had was all fucking every box ticked, all red tape colorway. He needed to make sure that he had everything, and I understand that. And that's what he does. He's the consummate fucking musician.
Yeah.
He's the who you would aspire to be if you were coming up now. You would be looking at him going, "That's the work ethic I want."
But he's
I'm too lazy for that.
It's not only is he a fantastic musician, songwriter, and performer in his own right. He also has that foresight to realize I could be writing stuff collaboratively with other people for other people.
Yeah.
Go down these avenues, man. He's
had that foresight for fucking 20 years, man. See how he came up. He came up on the. So he
we're essentially doing the Gareth Dunlop episode without Gareth Dunlop. Sorry, go ahead.
So he did he win the fucking? He won the big prize in what used to be called the Belfast Nashville Festival. It used to be in Belfast. It was like a collab back in, because they're twin. They're no way like the twin cities. Yeah. Well, they were twin cities or are twin cities. So he was only a kid. I think maybe fucking 16.
Jesus.
And he fucking cleaned up on it, and then that was it. He just got all this interest. So since he was a child, really he's had people kind of jumping on him and what he was doing music wise, and took him out, and then Diana Mayer, then she took him into Moraine, and just all this crazy shit happened to him at a very young age, So
what happened to you then?
Well, drugs happened to me. So I am that guy that fucked his fucking career up.
You're a cautionary tale, like.
Cautionary tale,
But here, you had some fun doing it.
It was fucking crazy.
It was fun at the time, wasn't it?
You were there a lot of the time too.
No, I was not. We're living different lives now, man. We said it last week.
I love it, man.
Yesterday, for example, go back in the house. It was we both had a fairly free Monday, and I was like, "Fuck it, should we just go down and hit some pads about 1 o'clock?"
Ended up being a tough session.
Ended up being a very tough session, man, because we don't, it would be very easy to just kind of coast.
Well, we both went in and said, "That's Monday, mate. It's a day off. Come on, now we'll had a few pads.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Just move a wee bit." Next thing, the Tide pads came out. the fucking the Tide pads came out, and we're slapping away at the Tide pads. We're throwing
that was good.
First in about 10 years, I reckon.
My accuracy is fucking way off, because I thought I broke my foot in the first kick I threw.
Yes,
I caught that. Didn't catch it in the right place at all. I was like, fuck, walk it off.
You're a wee bit more reserved with a wee bit more controlled with the kicks.
I had to pull back a wee bit after that. There I was like, because I fucking threw it.
Because for me, that was genuinely the first time in about 10 years, maybe throwing, because I've always been active with the hands, but that's the first time in about 10 years throwing kicks and kicking a pad.
You knew. I felt your first kick, and I was like, I don't want to hold these.
There was once
shit.
You nearly got a kick in the fucking face.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, because I fucking because.
See, I'm what's called a southpaw. I'm going to explain. Right, you go ahead. No,
I'm just saying. Right. So I'm just saying. You're one of only 2 people that I've had to hold lefty pads for.
Yep.
So whenever me and you started doing this again a wee while ago, I had to fucking remember how to hold lefty pads.
For southpaw, yeah.
For southpaw. Every now and again, I'll call the shots. I'll call the combination, and I'll automatically stick the opposite side up, and then I'll go, fuck no. You know what I mean?
Now, you can get away with that with hands.
You can get away with hands, but with kicks.
You went to hold the pad on the opposite side that I was going to kick, and it nearly resulted in a wee bit of shin on shin. And also, I was talking to, I have a kickboxer that comes down and works me a wee bit on the pads, and former competition kickboxer, like that traditional style of kickboxing, the
points,
the long pajama bottom type thing, and the pads. And they're telling me, like, we're doing a little bit of kicking. They kick with their foot.
Yeah, but they're only lifting points.
That's mad.
They're only lifting points. It's only the touch.
Yeah, so
Do you know what I mean?
They're in
real life that doesn't work.
And in the likes of full contact kickboxing, Muay Thai, all these MMA, you kick with your shin, because if you kick with your foot, you're going to break your foot.
And you can't kick with the side of your shin. You have to kick with your shin.
No, you need to rotate.
As a blade coming down.
Yeah, you need to create that.
You'll snap your fucking.
Yeah, you need to create that angle. You need to fully rotate. But I just thought that was mad. So I'm holding pads for this person, and they're kicking with their foot, and it's just that little slap. That point fighting style slap, and it's just. I can't get my head around it. Again, it's probably for speed and flicking in and out. But if you caught somebody on the elbow or somebody checked that, you're breaking your foot right away. So it's just mad the sort of the different styles of martial arts. Some are great. Some have transferable elements. I've seen
because I would follow quite a few. Now you're the same. We would get a lot of the silly stuff coming up.
The McDojo stuff.
The McDojo stuff. The fucking bullshito.
Yeah, there's so much. All you really need. So a lot of martial arts are like cults.
And do they give themselves the black belt?
I don't know who's firing out black belts. Like if you're a black belt in Fuduwaro Shunumana Kinurai karate or some shit, and you've got guys that are doing these things, and maybe they look good if they're choreographed, if you have a compliant partner, but the shit is not going to work in real life at all.
But
they're going to get people hurt.
There's some good stuff coming up as well. Did you see the girl? I posted the girl, the story
training with the Shaolin monks.
Training with the Shaolin monks.
Yes, that was cool.
She was broken, but she was.
Now the Shaolin monks are legit.
Right,
they're not a gimmick.
Tell us a wee bit about them, Phil, because you've interacted and
when I've been in China, a couple of times, the same dude, Shaolin monk, he runs and operates a monastery, and it's just. It's probably one of the more philosophical approaches to martial arts. I've sat and talked with him. And
mind, body, and spirit.
That's it. 100. But it is legit. Like everything they're doing, it is so legit in the forms.
Tough.
Yeah, tough training, conditioning. It's incredible. But then on the transverse of that, you have some fat guy in a leisure centre that makes you call him fucking Sensei Steve or Crew Dave.
Black belt tied out round here with one wee tiny knot.
Exactly.
It's the biggest one I can get.
And they're doing if you throw this, I'll catch this, but no, do that again. You threw your punch wrong. Shit like that, and it's so they're going to get people hurt.
No, yeah, and I would say they have.
Because they're charismatic. You can be charismatic, and it'll ingratiate people. That's the cult like element.
They still post their shit up, mate. That's what gets me. They're not even fucking embarrassed.
But then I think there's a little bit of that rage bait as well. Are they doing that to? Because we live now in a culture where it doesn't matter if the engagement's good or bad, as long as there's engagement.
You see the two English boys in the garage in the fucking somewhere in England.
And some guy was like, what you doing here? You guys doing karate? Like, this is Sensei Steve.
Both fucking wearing black belts, and they're doing and they're showing showed that lad that was talking to them some stuff, and you were just going,
oh. But then could you imagine, right? So an individual like that is at their local Witherspoons, right? Having a pint or something, a wee 90p pint, loving life, and it kicks off, and he's like, "This is my moment to shine. I've been waiting for," and they get the cunt kicked clean out of them. It's fucking dangerous. But anyway, fair play to those people. They should be doing a core martial art like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Not so sure about Japanese Jiu-Jitsu.
World Federation Jiu-Jitsu is it's
sport.
I'm going. Yeah. It's sport. It's good for your fucking fitness and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not
real world.
It's not real world. It's not real time. Like it's not going to do anything.
Boxing, wrestling, like Roman Greco freestyle,
Yeah.
Olympic style wrestling.
No, what about pro wrestling? No,
Pro wrestling. Pro wrestlers, come find me.
There's a shout out of
that's a shout. This is an open invitation.
You're going to end up in a pro wrestling ring with somebody, so it's going to happen. Like,
I'll knock them the fuck out.
I have no doubt about it, mate. You'll be in a ring to fucking settle beef someday, so you will, won't you?
Do you know what? And I like working with pro wrestlers to teach them a wee bit of striking.
Tell us a wee bit about that, because I don't think we really talked about what you've been doing up in the pro wrestling.
So I now, obviously we spoke about my brother. He's my brother-in-law. He's a common character in the podcast. Big Damien Corvin runs and operates and coaches out of Relentless Pro Wrestling Academy here in Larne. Probably the most advanced wrestling school in the north, at least in the north. And I teach a legitimate striking class in it.
Yeah.
To try and bridge that gap in the performance element for the wrestlers, teach them how to throw their strikes correctly so they know the body mechanics. Because if they're just coming in, throwing these lazy looking strikes, if you can add, like, we all know it's theatre and it's fucking fantastic.
I love it.
I really enjoy pro wrestling now. I've only really sort of like done a deep dive into it and fully ingratiated myself into it since Big Damien Corvin's come in their lives. But if I can show them the actual body mechanics of how to throw a punch, how to make it look legit, it looks better. And it's
has it come up? Has anything come up about
well, do you know what? So he was over in India doing 2 weeks of tapings for an Indian promotion. Huge Indian promotion. Massive back-end, purpose-built arena for it and everything. It looks great. And he had a match, and afterwards the producers came to him and were like, what the fuck were you doing? You nearly killed that guy. You fucking... You don't hit people like that.
It looked that real.
You've really hurt him.
Mate.
And Corvin's points over and he goes, no, he's there in catering. And the guy's just there going like, hiya. Eating away, but his strikes, that was he said some of the most productive and helpful feedback he got was how good his strikes looked. So that's great for me. Obviously it lets me know that I'm doing something right, but trying to incorporate that, trying to get the wrestlers to incorporate that in, because you know what you're watching is theatre, but it's like anything, the same when you go to a movie, when you go to a play, okay, you want that buy-in, you want to buy into what you're seeing, you want to you want it to be a fully immersive experience. So if you can do that and you can tailor little things to make that look as clean as possible, I think that's fucking cool. So yes, I'm the boxing coach down at Relentless Pro Wrestling Academy, thoroughly enjoying it. And I said to you last week, I'm really enjoying these one-to-ones. Really enjoying getting people in and doing work with them. So much fucking fun.
But there's people coming to you who have never thrown a punch.
Yeah, well, like Ryan McFall, for example.
Ryan McFall's one of them.
Lovely friend.
There's a couple of lads in fucking saying they've done stuff. And
right, do you know what?
Do you know what? We'll not mention any names.
We'll not mention any names, but it is easier to coach somebody who is honest in what they've done rather than someone come in and be like, oh yeah, I did a bit of boxing down at the ABC. A big Dave McConkey, you know, he helped for me and all. Did a couple of years of that. You get them on the pads for 2 seconds, and like, mate, you've done fucking nothing.
I know, and people saying a couple of years thinking it sounds like just enough, but also not enough. If you do 2 years of boxing, you're going to be handy.
You're going to be sharp enough.
You're going to be handy.
But I haven't done it in years. But you still know the mechanics if I want to.
Absolutely.
So people come down, and it's. I think it's a male ego thing, not allowing yourself to look like you don't know anything about something, especially fighting that's meant to be so...
See, the older I've got, just you hit a point there, the older I've got, the more I have enjoyed being a beginner at things.
I love saying, no, what's that? Tell me about that.
Tell me about, you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Just, there's something fucking nice about just being able to go...
Being informed about something.
I love this. I love looking at bits and pieces all about it.
Yeah.
I know fuck all about it.
In the same way that...
Instead of getting out and going, well, I used to and I did this and you know what I mean?
When
you don't get that all leaves you.
In the same way, when you're younger, you're so steadfast in your ideals. Aye. You know, you're committed to them blindly to the point where you can't have civil discourse or dialogue about it. Yeah. But as I've gotten older, what I'm really enjoying is if I have a particular opinion about something, that's the opinion I have, and I'll happily engage, and I'll be happy enough if my opinion gets changed. But like, fuck, I didn't think about that. That's really interesting. Let's explore that a wee bit more. Whereas when you're young, you just know this is my opinion. My opinion's right. I think that.
Do you think that's to do with where we've been brought up, Phil?
Maybe
you have a very, very staunch. It doesn't matter.
You're staunch in everything at a certain age.
You're staunch in everything at a certain age, and it doesn't matter the fucking we'll loosely call it the crimes of what has happened on that side that you kind of lean to. It doesn't matter. You'll always find a way around that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's a lot to do with where we've grown up. Now, I don't know, because I don't know. I've never really discussed shit with anybody else in any other part of the world apart from here.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a thing with us where you'll blindly. It's happening in America at the minute. Without fucking opening that can of worms just yet, it's happening in America at the minute where people are blindly following that cunt even though they know what he's done.
I think it's worse now than it was even maybe 30, 40 years ago. For the simple fact that we've spoke about it before, there's such a thing as confirmation bias, whereby we live in an age of information that's so readily available to us that you can go online and find something that confirms your point of view. You may need to scroll through 10 pages of Google to find it, but you will find something that is seemingly academic looking that will confirm your bias. You're like, well, this proves my point. Now, never mind the 100 other articles or the 100 other published papers.
Never mind that you found that one in among fucking 100,000. The point is that whatever you believe, your algorithm will tailor.
100%.
Tailor for it only to show what you believe.
Yeah, big titty goth midgets. That's what I believe in, apparently, according to my algorithm.
Big horses on, man.
Have you seen the sketch? Now, this is a nice segue. Saturday Night Live, the American version. There's a sketch in it where it's like three couples out having a wee bit of dinner and they're having a great time and they're laughing, and like upper middle class couples. And it's like one of the girls says, "Oh, do you know what would be a fun game? If we all just look at your For You page." And you see all the guys just go, "No, I don't want to do that.
I'm not playing your little game."
One guy throws his fucking phone into the soup. Just
not playing your little game.
That was quite fun. Speaking of Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night Live UK had its first episode.
What was that like?
Genuinely fucking terrible.
Aye. See, as soon as you attach, I have a couple of just a few English friends, and I do love you. But see, as soon as you attach a fucking English accent to anything, mate, just fucking click.
Saturday,
what the fuck?
Saturday Night Live is like an American institution. Like it gave rise to comedians like.
And what's this? So is it like a BBC thing or is
Sky
it
One? Sky One.
Right.
So it's like it gives like guys like Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi. Shane Gillis got fired from it.
Yep.
Like really like top tier. Jason Sudeikis.
But right back in the 70s
right back
as well.
In the 70s,
fucking, what do you call your man from Ghostbusters and all? Bill Murray.
Bill Murray and all
them.
So all those guys.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah, all those guys were like Saturday Night Live. So it's like an American institution, but for the most part, Americans aren't all that. Like it's very obvious. Almost like childlike humor.
Yeah,
it's not like
I don't like the humor about shiting on pooing and all. That turns out farting. That turns a fucking guts out of me.
If you look at any American comedy, it's very base humor. It's not like I'm by no means saying that we're like intellectuals, but there's no sort of like thought provoking. There's no kind of undercurrent with it. Like there's no like you may not like Ricky Gervais, but a lot of what he says is a wee bit thought provoking and at least spark a wee bit of debate. It's very obvious and very.
I find Ricky Gervais one-dimensional.
I
find somebody who very obviously has a high IQ to switch off completely from any spiritual fucking vibe tells me that either A, you're denying yourself a lot of nice things in life.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not talking about Christianity. You can slobber about that shit.
Yeah, 100%. But you mean like more in depth, but the spiritual awareness.
The fact that he's just so black and white for somebody who you can see is high IQ.
Oh yeah, very much so.
To switch off completely from that is it's kind of fucking almost intolerable for me.
Would make
it's a young person's fucking almost like
first year uni student.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
You don't know what might have happened in his relationship with Christianity when he was like there may be something there, maybe something like I dare even say like some kind of trauma, whether that be emotional or something that's really put this brakes on for him.
There's nothing fucking darker than Christianity, 100%. Man. You look at it for what it is. There's nothing darker or more twisted at its core. I'm not talking about the teachings of the person that was Christ. I'm talking about the fucking the writings that went into the book and the writings that got left out are the ones that you should be looking at, man.
I do enjoy his comedy though. I enjoy his comedy. I think he's very good. But Saturday Night Live UK, first off, had a very diverse cast, which was good.
Who are we talking about?
Just comedians you've never heard of that would probably be considered like the new wave of like liberal type comedians.
Right.
So it was all very woke and it's just not very funny.
This fucking woke shit. I'm glad it's kind of dying off a bit too. Like it seems to be, you know what I mean?
But it just
all the wee fucking all the ones running about with their blue hair and all are starting to realize that we're going to go to war here.
A wee bit of they them comedy, like fuck me. But just I made a point. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but I kind of went into it with an open mind. I was like, I need to, because I love stand-up comedy. We both do. So I thought I'm going to have to watch this first episode to see what it's like, and it was just very low-hanging fruit. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think it'll last very long. The musical act was a band called Wet Leg. Never fucking heard of them in my life, and they were absolutely fucking shite. Is it just maybe a sign of getting older?
Yeah.
Is it just maybe like this is like the new modern thing, and maybe we're just of a vintage that we maybe just don't get it?
Yeah. Well, I'm a bit older than you, like same fucking mentality though.
How was your weekend, mate?
My weekend was quiet. Well, quiet. Oh, it always is quiet now, but I don't think it was anything.
Do you get up to much?
No, we just fucking me and Isaac just did our thing, hung about. We free Saturday this weekend, so I have. So,
oh, lovely.
So, Catboy's down Pearson. So,
good.
Him and I'll do a bit of run the boat. I'll maybe go up and take my comics up to. I've got 12 Spider-Man comics.
Yes.
From 1972 to about 1974, and they seem to be pretty.
They're in great condition, yeah.
They're in great condition, so I'm going to take them up, and I've no interest unless one's fucking tens of thousands of pounds, which is not going to be.
It'd be interesting.
If it's a couple of hundred quid each, or even less than that, 50 quid for, you know what I mean, I'm going to frame them and I'm going to just
get them packed nicely, like comic book guys.
Packed up and graded.
Yeah.
And I'll put them up on the wall. I love all that shit, man. You know what I mean? You only have to look around here to see that.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd love to, like, I've got boxes and boxes of comics, mate. I wouldn't have, do you know the most intimidating thing about going and getting any of them graded would be it would be a shift, like, because there's that many of them.
But you are a genuine collector, but have been since you were wee.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Have you got ones from when you were a child?
Oh yeah. I've got a couple of first editions and like first appearances, like first appearance of Killer Croc.
Would you not fucking hook through them and find them at least and get them graded?
I'd have to go to my ma's, go into the attic and get fucking boxes.
Knowing you though, they've been thumbed through to fucking death as well. Like,
they're probably properly catalogued and all. Like, just
that's how it works, mate. That's how it works.
So you went to the cinema yesterday. Tell me more about that.
I went and seen fucking Project Hail Mary.
Wait, what's that about? Religious?
No. Right. So the all the stars, including the sun, are having the energy kind of zapped out of them by something. Right. And it's all scientific. Like this is shit that could possibly happen. He's a cunt.
Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway,
science.
But,
cool.
No.
No, I genuinely want to hear about this.
No, I'm not fucking telling you now.
Oh, no, tell me.
Right. So, this guy's a scientist, and he's the one who discovers a way to kind of almost stop this, but also discovers a way to fuel a ship that can traverse light years to check out this other star that hasn't been touched for some reason. Right. Whatever other star around it,
like the ugly altar boy.
Yes, mate. Yes, you would know about that. But what happens is that he ends up on the ship, and he never wanted to be. He ends up waking up years later in a pod, and it's only him. Everybody, the rest of the crew's dead. So he keeps going anyway on with the mission. Gets to this around this star that is perfectly safe, and there's another ship then appears beside him, and it turns out it's wee alien, and it's fucking they become best mates, and it's just lovely. It's a lovely movie, mate. That's me paraphrasing. Like, right, there's too much science there for me to ken. My head will get down that road here. But the crux of it is that
so it's right up your street then.
For me, the crux of it was don't just assume that if something appears out there that it's going to be bad.
It's going to be malevolent.
You know what I mean? So just a lovely movie. It's like a wee cuddle.
Who's on it?
Like a wee cuddle. What do you call that fucker? Ryan Gosling.
Oh, handsome bastard.
And Rocky.
Sylvester Stallone?
No, mate, that's what you call the wee thing, Rocky.
Oh, the wee...
it's made out of rocks.
The wee alien that you befriends?
It's a good movie. I'm not good at movie reviews, mate, so you put me right on the spot there.
Right.
Phil's better at this shit than I am.
So what was the subtext? But it was a good movie, but...
Be friendly to aliens. They might be friendly to you, you know? You can't just assume they're going to kill you.
But if they're aliens, you would recommend them?
No, I would fully recommend it. It's up there with Interstellar for me.
Yes, I've never seen Interstellar.
Fuck off, Phil.
No.
let's smoke a joint and watch it, mate. You'll love it.
I'm
mate.
not smoking a joint.
No, come on, mate.
I don't like smoking
Let's
weed.
take 2 grams of mushrooms and watch it.
Maybe. I mean, that's a wee bit more enticing. But mate,
That's just fucking mad. That's what kills me. It's mad that you would prefer to take fucking multiple grams of mushrooms and put yourself in a position where you're just like fucking through the universe than smoke a joint.
Smoking weed of any kind makes me feel exponentially worse than there's no upside to it for me at all. There's no upside to having a smoke of a joint whatsoever for me.
I fucking hear very rarely would be touching it now, but the odd time I would get this wee thing inside. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? From your fucking past, and you're sitting going, fuck, I need something. And then the kid will just say, well, why don't you just go and smoke a joint?
Yeah.
And as soon as I smoke that joint, I'm just like, she was right.
She often is, isn't she?
She was right, that girl of mine. You know what I mean?
Fair play. My weekend was fairly busy. I was judging at an MMA show, and this is a topic I wanted to have a discussion about. So I was judging at an MMA show on Saturday, and I loved judging. Would sort of be like the part of MMA I enjoy second.
Because you would sit and score
if I'm
fights.
sitting-
If you're sitting watching the UFC, you'll sit with a fucking notepad and pen.
I don't like watching fights with people.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people are like, oh yeah, we'll get a couple of beers in, we'll get a pizza, watch the fights and we'll chat. No, I don't want to do that. I want to sit with my notebook and score the fights while I'm watching them. So I thoroughly enjoy that, and I think it gives me, I just enjoy it, and it helps me understand the sport. But so I was judging, and there was two
So autistic. Anyway, go ahead.
little bit. So there's 2 very, very close fights. Now, I scored it. 2 judges scored it for one fighter, and 1 judge scored it for another. So then in the break, one of the coaches came up to me and was like, that fight was a fucking robbery, absolute fucking robbery. My fighter won that fight, blah, 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 blah. My fighter won that fight. And I was like, okay, right.
You'll find to go round the 3 judges, though.
Yeah.
Just to see who it was that fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Anyway, go ahead.
And they were, so how did you score that? I was like, okay, well, I scored it 29-28 in favour of this person. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's a fucking joke. You don't know anything about fights.
What?
Yeah. And I was like,
Did you? I didn't know this, mate. You never told me this.
No. And I was like, right, okay, no worries. Well, right, well, let's. It was during the break, so I had a wee bit of time. I was like, right, hold on 2 seconds. I'll grab my notes. And we'll have a Now, thank fuck, I take notes. I write short. Now, I'm not like writing down while the fight's going on. I have my hand on my pen on the page, and I write shorthand. So I have my shorthand. It's only really me understands it, but I have my shorthand. I'm not looking. I'm just making my little annotations.
Ancient Sumerian.
It's actually Aramaic. So I was like, right, okay, let's have explain the fight to me round by round. So they're, oh no, but in the fight they did this and they did. I was like, no, the fight isn't scored as a whole. For a start, people think the fight is scored as a whole, which it's not. I think there was just again, it was a coach of a fighter that lost, so they were emotionally involved. And I was like, okay, right, fighter A won round 1 conclusively. Okay, your fighter won the last round conclusively. Do you agree with that statement? They're like, yeah, obviously. And I was like, okay, right. So we're looking at 1 round apiece. The second round was very, very close. Okay, he's like, yeah, it was a close round. I was like, so hold on a second. So it's not a robbery then. So what we're saying is, we both have a fighter a round apiece, and we have 1 round that we're both agreeing is very close. So how the fuck can it be a robbery? So I said that first, and oh, right, well. And then I gave my explanation for why I scored it. I was like, no, but they scored a takedown. I was like, okay, right, great. Where does that sit in the criteria of mixed martial arts? Is it, if you score a takedown, I was like, no. Where does that sit in the criteria? Like, talk me through the criteria. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, okay, well, first it's effective striking. So if they can't be separated on effective striking, then we go to our secondary criteria, which is effective grappling. And I said, now, fighter A landed this, landed that, blah, blah, blah. Your fighter scored a takedown, which they didn't do anything with. Simply scoring a takedown now is not enough to win a round. Now, there used to be...
You have to score the takedown and get the position.
Secure the position, not only secure the position, but advance the position and constantly be looking to advance. If you just score a takedown and you hold them, you're essentially negating any good work that you've done.
Do you think he called that from the corner and didn't know that?
I don't know, but what I am noticing more, because mate, I fucking love the sport and I want to understand the sport as complicitly as I can. If you score, like in 2009, now there's been many revisions to the scoring criteria, and I know for people that aren't fans of MMA, this is going to be boring as fuck, but I love this, and you chose to listen to this podcast.
You hit play.
So there's been many, many revisions to the scoring criteria. Back around 2009, 2010, especially with regards to amateur, you could get the head beat off you for 2 minutes 30, we'll say, of a 3 minute round. You score a takedown, you essentially win that round because you scored the takedown. Now, there are many people who were fighters from that era who are now coaches. Yeah. And they still have that mentality. But as a coach, you have an obligation to be up to date with the scoring criteria in order to coach your fighters as best as possible. So then I get frustrated that, because if a coach who is of good reputation and good standing in MMA comes out and says it was a robbery, people who maybe are just there watching their friend fight, well, if he said it was a robbery, it must be a robbery. And I think there needs to be a greater process of education within MMA clubs with regards to the coaches and the athletes, so they know how to fight to win a fight. Yeah, which is so fucking
how to score properly.
How to score it properly, because people are facts don't care about feelings is what it comes down to for me. If you're objectively looking at a criteria, you score it based upon that. And it led to this whole fucking social media shitstorm as well about judges are inept and all this sort of carry on. I'm like, you just don't understand what you look like. A fight's a fight, and people think if you hit him more, like, people don't necessarily understand what they're looking at, and it's so fucking frustrating. So my proposal would be that a body like the IMMAC, the International Mixed Martial Arts Commission, holds seminars specifically for coaches and fighters to explain the scoring criteria, so that they know beyond any reasonable doubt how a fighter scored and what they need to do to then win a fight. But that's my wee rant. I had a great time judging the fights, by the way. Yeah. I had a fucking great time judging the fights. Yeah. But it's just, again, it's like, because this is a sport I love and I hold dear so much, I want to see not only the sport progress, but the people who were there, people who were maybe the first wave of Irish fighters progress with it. Yeah. Like, it's not something that you can afford to presume you know about, because there's constant evolutions within the sport. Yeah. I think that's super, super necessary. But then the UFC was on Saturday night as well. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Judged 23 fights. Was judging 23 fights and then went home and watched 4 hours of MMA.
You love it, man. Fucking do. You fucking love it. Here, just a wee fucking
aside.
A wee side. The fucking this UFC White House thing.
I mean, the UFC's on the decline,
mate. But that on its own, Have you considered that there could be a fucking false flag thing happening at that?
100%.
Have you thought about that?
100%. Like,
that seems like everybody you want to fucking hit on the same place in the same night
will be on the White House lawn.
Will be on the White House lawn, and lots of casualties with it.
I think, right, you know the way...
This is fucked up, man.
Right, you know the way allegedly the moon landing happened in the TV studio? Right? I don't think this card's happening anywhere near the White House. Yeah. I think it will have the aesthetic of being, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the White House.
But it'll be like a way out of the way.
It'll be in a bunker somewhere. But they'll have all the pageantry and all the closed caption shots of being in and around.
Okay, well, it'll be interesting to see, mate. I actually thought to myself,
that's dangerous.
That's not. Yeah. You know, I don't give a fuck about him, but I give a fuck about the American people that'll be in the crowd.
Or, you know what I mean? Or it will be a private crowd, so it'll not be like... not that sort of would negate any kind of loss of life. But do you think that America are potentially planning strikes while it's on?
That's why I said false flag.
Yep. You guys just watch this. No one's going to do anything while the UFC's on. It's a national sporting event. Everyone's an international sporting event. Everyone's having a great time. The card's shite, by the way, in the context of what it should be.
And here, the fucking the Muslims off the fucking card as well. That he should have been fighting on.
Well, Hamzat Chimaev's not fighting on that.
No, but he should have been.
He should have been. But do you reckon they would let him anywhere near the commander in chief? A man who is best mates with Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov, a man who shouts Allahu Akbar on his way to the cage. Yeah. They're not putting him, and also, so he's fighting Sean Strickland in, is it June, maybe?
When's the White House card? Is that not June?
Oh, June. So it's July. He's fighting because it was meant to be the 4th of July because it's a Saturday, but they're doing it in June now. So Hamzat Chimaev is fighting Sean Strickland, which in and of itself, the shit talk there is going to be like incendiary. Like Sean Strickland's a fantastic fighter, but he's a fucking racist, misogynistic piece of shit, to be fair. Like.
And you know what? In this day and age, people like that have got the fucking platform now, so they have as well. And the backing. There's nobody turning around and fucking half are saying you dirty bastard for saying that, and half are going, yes, mate, let's fucking do it. You know what I mean?
That's worrying.
What has happened here is this big circle of shit that's going on in the UFC, everything that's in the middle there, is shining a light on people's real fucking natures.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like
scary, isn't it?
It is scary, but like extremism. I've always said this: extremism gives rise to extremism. Yep. So if you have extreme propagation of an ideal on one side, you're always going to have a counterbalance to that.
Yeah.
And the same way, to relate it to something fairly simplistic, Batman, for example, right? Did Batman create his own villains? So, right, this man goes to space and also he did. Fuck up. Did Batman, for example, did Batman give rise to his own criminals by being the extreme end of justice? So there had to be a counterbalance, if that makes sense. Aye, 100%. But the UFC in and of itself is kind of in decline, and a massive, again, a counterbalance to that would be you're now seeing this MVP promotions card.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that. That's going to be Netflix exclusive, isn't it?
Yep, and mate, it's a belter card.
Seen it?
Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano, Francis Ngannou versus Felipe Lin,
Nate Diaz
and Mike Perry. There's talk that Andrei Arlovski and Jorginho Rosenstruck will be on it. Holly Holmes rumored to be on it against Cynthia Calvillo. That's just like, so the MVP model, I think, is going to be exponentially different to the UFC. The UFC putting on a show basically every week, building stars. MVP are just maybe going to do a show once every 3 months, three times a year or so, and they're just going to have your big stars, and that's just going to be their model, and it'll blow the UFC out of the water. And
the fact you can just stick it on Netflix when it's on,
exactly, yeah. You don't need to go searching for it. You don't need to download this app, this add-on. And Dana White doesn't really give a fuck about the UFC anymore because he's like worth about $500 million. He's not the man in charge anymore. It's a guy called Hunter Campbell, who's a lawyer.
That says it all.
And he's
lawyers who own big corporations, mate.
That's exactly it. And now Dana White has moved on to Zuffa Boxing, so he's more interested in boxing now, and he has his own boxing promotion. Just signed Conor Benn for $15 million for his first fight. You look at so they've just signed Conor Benn for $15 million, right? And top end UFC guys would be lucky to be making $1 million.
I know.
And they've just signed this British guy that American fans don't know for $15 million.
Yeah.
Keep him with a boxing model. So it's
boxing always has more money in it.
Yeah. Well, boxing's the layperson will understand boxing more than they'll understand MMA.
Well, what was it? I remember fucking back 2010 sort of direction. Whenever a couple of lads from here, one in particular, had hit the UFC just before Conor McGregor had kind of fucking showed up. And he was getting $5,000 a fight and $5,000 a win. What's it up to now?
Before tax.
So you had to pay your coaches, your fucking your fees, your management fees, your fucking
your state. If you're fighting in America, your state tax, which you have to pay before you leave the state. Money earned.
You'll not get out your money in.
And then your own taxation from your own country.
Yep.
So that. $5 to win, or sorry, $5 to show.
Walk away with
about
$3,000 if he's lucky.
If you're lucky, you think of like any first wave MMA fighter that in the early 2000s from here that got the UFC, they're all working full-time jobs. Because they have to. Nobody's making bank out of MMA whatsoever,
but you know, for how much we love the sport,
there's
a part of me thinks to yourself, where's the incentive? Is it the hard man incentive that you just want to go to the UFC, or what the fuck is it? Because you're not making money, you're not making a living, you're not coming out of that unscathed either.
No, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a strange one, man.
There seems to be any
why am I going to do this to myself for my family? Is this for me or is this for my family? Because if it's for my family, I'm not doing it. If it's for my family, I'm just going to continue working and maybe coach and enjoy my life.
The only decent thing is the PFL is providing an alternative where guys can earn good money now.
Yeah.
Like Paul Hughes snubbed the UFC to sign with the PFL.
Yep.
From a financial point of view, Reece McKee has just signed with the PFL. Hopefully he'll be making decent bank because he deserves it.
Yeah.
So hopefully the UFC is the biggest game in town, but slowly there are other options now being provided. And however much you're being paid, it's not enough to have like those long lasting serious health implications that will affect you for the rest of your life. Like, do you remember there was a fighter called Nam Phan, bantamweight in the UFC? He was fucking fantastic, and there was a video of him being interviewed maybe 10, 12 years ago, and he's alert, he's eloquent, and then there was an interview with him recently, and the CT is hanging out of him. His speech is slurred. He has that. Boxers and combat athletes, they get almost like this 100-yard stare that lets you know that cognitively they're starting to slip, it's really fucking sad, man.
That's fucking awful. Here, kid, Jack, when are you turning pro, son? Have you got any ideas or what's going on? End of the year?
You're fighting next week, aren't you?
You're fighting next week.
Happy days. You excited?
How are you feeling? Yeah.
Happy days.
Good man. Jack got stopped by the police this morning, sweetheart.
This is interesting, Jack. Jack,
Jump in here. Come on.
voice on the...
Jump in here to the mic. Tell us all. You want to sit my knee, son?
You look like a fucking ventriloquist.
So what? This is our wee producer. We love this kid. Tell us a wee story about what happened to you this morning with the police.
I was driving up the back roads, and it's not very often you see the police on the back roads. Usually, if they are on the back roads, they're looking for a specific somebody.
Yeah.
Apparently, I was at somebody today.
And what happened?
They pulled me over and says I had intent to speed.
Now, I've never heard...
But you weren't speeding, sure you
I
weren't?
wasn't speeding.
And it's a 60-mile-an-hour road.
Yeah, and I was sitting...
This is fucking mad.
I've never heard of intent to speed.
Is that a law? Is that something they can stop you?
I don't know. I need to have a...
Now, I know there's a few cops that watch this, and we really appreciate you watching this, so
Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear what you think. Go ahead, Jack.
So intent to speed is what he said.
Yeah, intent to speed. He says just because the road's 60 doesn't mean you have to do 60.
Was it a dry road?
Yeah.
Straight road?
He started rambling on as well about, because I drive a van, that a van's more likely to crash if I'm doing a higher speed coming into corners and stuff, but it was a straight road. It was
A man's more likely to go for a piss standing up because he's a dick. Like, what's his point?
You got his badge number, though, didn't you?
No, sure, I asked him for it and he refused to give me it. He ended up
He
just going back to
refused.
the car.
There you go. This cop, on his own, with a fucking speed camera.
This agent of the state.
Pulled up, stopped the kid who wasn't speeding, told him that he could have been speeding, and when he was asked for his badge number, he fucking declined to give him it.
And the van's MOT insured and everything like, isn't it? Yeah, so you like...
He couldn't do anything to you for the fucking state of the van or anything. Sure, he couldn't.
Now, I have a theory on this.
Go.
I have a theory, Jack. I think that they were perhaps looking for someone and they had pulled you over. They were maybe looking for the same sort of van. You have a certain specific someone. When they realised you weren't that individual, rather than admit their mistake and say, sorry, we're looking for someone. It's not you. Go ahead, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Just watch your speed.
Even
just saying that. Just watch your speed.
In order to validate that stop and not look like a dick themselves, they have to like come off with all this shit. Like, but that's tantamount to harassment.
I would be phoning whatever police station's operational at the minute in the area and just saying, "Here's what happened to me. I'm just letting you know." He wouldn't give me his badge number. Here's where he was, because they'll know where he was. Now they all protect each other.
Of course, yeah, 100%.
So they all protect each other. But it's worth putting that in anyway, because in case you're going to end up getting stopped all the time here, mate. In case you fucking, you know what I mean?
Sure, that happened.
Was that a marked van? Do you think that was a fucking tainted van or anything? I don't
think so. No. I literally, that's the second time I've been pulled in.
I'd be recording if I were you. Anytime you get stopped now, and even let them know, just say, listen, for my safety, I'm just going to record this interaction.
Yeah.
It's like the last time I got pulled in Chapelle in Belfast, telling you about it, unmarked cars.
Yeah.
Pulled up and blocked me in. My friend actually went to record, and the officer started shouting at him, saying to him, "You can't record, stop recording."
Public space, you can't.
And I said to him,
you've no expectation of privacy.
If you're recording us, we're allowed to record.
Yeah.
And I got...
You've no expectation of privacy in a public space, like.
And then they turned around and says it wasn't insured. That was the reason to pull me over. I was like, right, this isn't the first time this happened. It's been a recurring issue with the car.
Madness, Jack. Look, as long as you're okay, wee man.
Yeah, I'm
Were you shaking?
Just you watch your speed on them.
Maybe start carrying a knife for your own safety.
No, we're only joking.
No, only joking.
Fuck me, man.
black one specifically.
Right, go away, you.
No, he looks too good on camera.
He's a handsome wee her. Here, do you watch Reacher? Sure.
I've watched the first season.
You didn't see your man Alan Richardson
kicking the cunt out of somebody? Mate, did you? Mate, fucking come off his motorbike, knock the fuck out of somebody, and dropped his motorbike, didn't he?
Now, allegedly, so TMZ did an interview with a boy that he allegedly assaulted. So apparently Richardson...
Allegedly?
Yeah.
But that was for real, though, that video.
Yeah. No, I'm only saying allegedly because it hasn't gone to court and nothing's been proved. But apparently Richardson and his kids were going up. It's Missouri or Mississippi or somewhere he lives, or Tennessee, somewhere like that. So he's like going up and down on a super bike, up and down with the kids. And the guy said, it was too loud, it was dangerous, blah, blah, blah. And he came out and he politely said, "Hey, fella, could you knock that on the head?" I don't believe that was the dialogue that happened. But also, the guy was English, so I've no real fucking sympathy for him. So he's like, "All right, fella, if you wouldn't mind keeping it down a bit, it's a bit dangerous." So apparently they got in a wee bit of an altercation. He put his hands on him first.
Oh, the boy
English
did
guy.
He? Oh, did he?
English guy pushed him.
Right, okay.
And then obviously Alan Richardson's replied, maybe a little bit overly amorous in the way, but like I just thought it was like this guy's playing the victim when he's put his hands on the guy first. Very fucking strange, like. But he lamped him a few times.
Did he drop him? Did he?
He fucking dropped him, and then when he was on the ground, he threw a wee cheeky uppercut.
He thinks he is a reacher. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's not a small man.
No, he's like 6'6" or something.
And he's
massive,
fucking built like a brick shit.
Which
Voice of an angel too. Have you heard him
Which
sing?
is accurate to the actual novels about Reacher. He's a big man though. They had fucking Tom Cruise 5'4",
5'2" of him, standing on boxes. Tom Cruise is not believable.
He's at babies, hasn't he? He's hunting humans.
Bound to.
He's just that type of content.
He was Scientologist, didn't he?
Fuck, there you go.
Here, your look at passed her driving test.
She did.
How was that? Was that a standout parental moment?
So as somebody who kind of fucking likes to rewire situations, I was telling her what to do to kind of just for her own head.
A little bit of grounding.
Just a little. I'd be great walking on stage, man. We've talked about this before. Before I walk on stage, I have a process. It's a 15-minute process, but there's a moment inside when I know that's it.
Yeah.
Fine. Do you know what I mean? Because no matter how many times you walk on stage, I feel that you need to prepare for it. No matter, you just don't get used to that. You don't ever get used to that. So I was talking to her yesterday morning then before she went, and I says, right, here's what I want you to do. Go quiet, somewhere quiet, pace up and down.
Yep.
This is already yours. You've already got it. Blah blah blah. Don't be sitting fucking hoping for it or asking for it. This is already yours. Just make sure that you do that. So fucking. When I come off the phone, I was a wee bit fucking like worried about her. You know what I mean? I'm sitting going, shit. I hope shit. You know what I mean? So I got a wee message just going, I passed. I was like, mate, my wee girl's passed. They're mad but proud here. You know what I mean? All that stuff. But yeah, she's going to be on the road, man, and I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to being a passenger with her, just to jump in the car and just sit and let her, without telling her how to drive. You know, it
also means then she gets her own wee car on the road. Then
it's on the road now.
That's fucking
amazing. We've been sorting that out for her for months. Just make sure that everything's just sitting there for her, you know.
So that means that she can come and go as she pleases. Then
that's what I'm looking forward to. You know what I mean? She says, "I'm just going to drive about a wee bit, just to school and back and all, and get used to it." And
because there's like we both passed our test way back when, but for that first maybe 6 months or so that you're in a car on your own, you're like, who's allowing this? Like that's like
I'm allowed to do this.
Should I be doing this?
I fucking took my ma's car out when I first passed my test. I was like, no, the way you can get your name on their insurance. It's a bit cheaper. So I took my ma's car out down in the Carrick, and Carrick still had the old fucking bollards and gates that used to be for the troubles whenever they used to shut the towns off at night time.
Okay, like a peace gate type.
Yeah, like a fucking peace wall. Can't drive in here after a certain time of night up to 6 o'clock. And in Northern Ireland used to have to fucking. There was just certain places, town centres that got shut off at night time, so that you know what I mean. And those gates stayed there for years. And I passed my test. That's how long ago I passed my test, 1994. And what were you, 6?
6. I watching the Flintstones movie.
So anyway, I passed my test, but I took the car down, and there used to be a zebra crossing there, and a zebra crossing in this country, you perceive it slow down when there's people trying to want to pass, and you stop automatically. And then somebody stepped out on the road that I didn't fucking see, man, and I see to get out of the way of them. I fucking took her whole wing mirror off her car, like, so it did clean off. I mean, it was just fucking hanging there by the wires, you know what I mean?
What level of fear did you feel then having to tell you?
Fucking ran straight up to the car shop and says, you just have to help me. You just have to help me. I've just passed my test here. My ma's going to fucking kill me. And then boys, fair play to them. Like, they're not there anymore, but fair play to them. They sat and fucking tootled about and got all that screwed back on and replaced the mirror.
So did your ever know?
No, mate, never found it.
That's wild.
The shit you're able to do, you are so fucking like good at keeping stuff away from your parents when you're that age, aren't you? Like when you think about it,
ingenuity about you, creativity.
You're fucking you'll work it out when you have to. You know what I mean?
You work well in a crisis.
Them boys were laughing their bollocks off and fucking fixed it for me. Like, and I remember just thinking to myself,
got away with one there.
Got away with one. My dad was always good crack. My ma, you didn't cross. You know what I mean?
So the moral of the story is we look is on the road. Which is mad to think that, because like I always say, like I remember the wee girl whose shoelaces I tied down in Diamondback.
Fucking 2 or 3 years old.
And now she's like
nearly 18
on the road.
That's it.
That's mad. Like that's that kind of centers how old I am as well. Like,
well, you're getting there, mate.
Slowly but surely.
You're getting there.
Slowly but surely. Oh, another thing I wanted to get your opinion on. Right, I thought this would be interesting coming from a an artist's perspective, a performer's perspective, right? You know the singer Chapelle
I don't want
Roan.
to get my artist face.
All right. Do you want to like light a fag and all, have that hanging out your mouth and all?
I love a fag.
How long have you been off him now?
20 weeks.
Unbelievable. Well done, mate. Very proud of you. You know the singer Chapelle Roan?
Yeah.
Right? Pink Pony Club, all that sort of carry on. Right?
Pink Pony
Now,
Club,
from-
I'm gonna keep on dancing at the
You can hit a wee cover of that, rightly, couldn't you?
Good, huh?
Now, by all accounts, she's not particularly likable.
Right, okay. She
Right.
doesn't sound like
No,
a
she doesn't,
Chapelle Roan.
doesn't
Anybody call that?
doesn't seem like a likable human being. She was doing a gig or a festival or something in Brazil. Now, there's a footballer called Jorginho, who used to play for Arsenal, Chelsea, now plays his football back in Brazil for Flamengo.
Right.
So they're at this affluent restaurant. Chapelle Roan comes in, goes to sit. Now, he's got like an 11-year-old daughter, stepdaughter. So she obviously sees Chapelle Roan, gets very excited. She doesn't go and approach, but does like a wee walk past her table to make sure it's her. And that's enough for her. She comes back, she's all excited, absolutely loves it. 2 minutes later, part of her security detail come over and say, your daughter's harassing Miss Roan.
Oh, shit.
It would be in your best interest to stop.
What?
Now, I firmly believe this because she seems like I've seen videos of her like interacting with the public and she doesn't seem likable. But this is a guy, right, who's been a professional footballer at the top level for maybe about 15 years.
Arguably and more famous than her.
100% more famous. 100% more famous. Globally more famous. So he understands celebrity, has had to deal with celebrity his whole life. I would say that his child has been brought up with that in mind and like to know the parameters of it. But for this big fucking security guy to come over to the table, hadn't asked her for an autograph, hadn't asked her for a picture. Is that just fucking ego? Or what the fuck is that?
There's right. So I've seen it a couple of times. People who have nothing, and very quickly get it all, seem to think that they are untouchable, that they are way more than the fucking are, and that they can get away with anything. Now, the problem with that...
Whose fault is that? Is that theirs, or is that the record executives exploiting them, telling them? Or is it the amount of yes people that then get surrounded?
You've got a lot of yes people around you. You do. You do. Like, if people that, you know, even for me, at the level that I ever got to...
that's why I want to get your insight on it.
I mean, for me, I had so many people tell me how fucking great I was that I didn't hear it anymore.
Yeah.
I was just like, thank you. That was it.
Was it could have went the other way? Whereas that could have fed in you and you could have believed it and you could have become a bit of a monster?
Well, I like to think that my head isn't wired that way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I like to think that I understand enough about life and my position in the fucking universe to know that no matter what I do here, doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter. Well, it's what I do now, here and now, for my family, for my friends, is what counts at the end of the day. Not how much money you made, not what status you had in the small fucking temporary culture that you're in at the time. Everything you have to understand.
Finite.
Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Humanity's temporary. Now more than ever, you can see that how fragile we are, because for the first time ever, we've had to think about what if. We've never had to think of what ifs before. What if this happens? What if that happens? And it's all just sitting fucking on a seesaw, just sitting there ready to tilt anyway. So people who are still living like that, who think that they are this or they are that, are the ones that are going to end up, because see, when shit hits the fan and those people are left alone and nobody's around them to help them and nobody's around them to tell them how great they are and nobody's around them to fawn over them or fake love them. That's a very lonely life, Phil.
I just thought it was such a horrible incident, because obviously like this 11-year-old has probably been brought up around celebrity, and obviously with the...
So she understood it.
So she understood it, and she also understood probably the etiquette of being around people of that level. And wasn't being like, in the face, wasn't like asking for pictures, jumping around. I just thought, I was like, if that's how you treat an 11-year-old girl, what do you think of the majority of your fan base in that situation? But what I thought was great about it was, so she was meant to be headlining some festival in Brazil. The organizer, or like the mayor of the city or whoever it was, then just took her off the bill.
Good.
Which I thought was absolutely fucking brilliant.
You fuck with one of ours, we can fuck with yours.
But there's been...
people get into... People,
It's a cult of celebrity as well.
Cult of celebrity, and it's you kind of just always automatically put it to the American celebrity, but it's worldwide.
Well, speaking of that, the American celebrity, you've heard of the show The Bachelor?
No.
So there's a show, The Bachelor, where like an eligible bachelor is like for a 12-week program. We'll say we'll like date. We'll try and find a
A wife?
A partner, yeah. And there's like all these little tasks and everything. So there's a female version called The Bachelorette.
Right.
So recently the girl, this was meant to start this week on ABC. It had all been filmed and everything, but footage came out of the girl assaulting her ex-partner. Right. I mean, beating the shit out of him.
Fuck.
Throwing chairs and everything at him. Like she hit one of her kids with one of the chairs. Like a really horrible human being. So that the show then got cancelled. So ABC are now suing her for potential loss of earnings that they would have.
Hell, there you go.
But the response to it is mad. So this sort of like cult of celebrity or whatever it is, and I think it's maybe to do a little bit with like domestic abuse is wrong on any level, whether that's in a heteronormative relationship, a man and a woman and a man, or a gay couple or anything like that. Domestic abuse is wrong on all levels. But what has happened is the extremist woman sphere, if you will, are now saying that's not her fault. It's reactive abuse, and I've never heard this term, reactive abuse.
I think they fucking make shit up.
I think that's what it is now, and people say, "Oh, it's so great for her to take back her."
What can we say this actually is here? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. I just thought the response to it was like it's just. The evidence is there. It's quite blatantly there.
Right, the evidence is there. If what they were saying was right, then that guy would have been thrown down at her back. Do you know what I mean? Instead of just standing there fucking taking it. You know, there's as men, we love women. We love the women in our lives. Yep. We love the women that are around us, and we try to. But there is definitely a culture of hating all men equally. Do you know what I mean? No matter who you are, no matter what you have done in your life, you know, I've fucking seen women almost sneering at me because I've made a quip, and it hasn't been a quip that's been anything other than just either. Can I be very careful with quips towards women? I would always be complimentary with them. It's never anything fucking sinister or sexual or anything else. And you know, I've had people sneering at you, you know, years back. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's not even what you say; it's the interpretation from the individual.
Yeah. I try to have a bit of crack in the studio, and I try to leave all.
If someone chooses to be offended, they will find somewhere to find offence.
Well, being offended's a fucking choice.
100%,
you know what I mean?
Man,
it's a choice. You're not sitting there going. You know, you have to think to yourself. Am I genuinely offended, or am I just going to say I'm here just to get a raise out of it? Just to, you know what I mean?
You know? What do you mean by that?
Because you could say anything to me about anything, and I will chin you. But I'll not be offended. But I'll be an excuse to fucking knock you out to take you down a peg or two. That'll be it, mate. It won't offend me.
But then you have things. You have things that give rise to this mentality, to this defensive mentality that you see from a lot of women, which is warranted in some cases. Stuff like the Louis Theroux documentary on the manosphere.
I never seen that.
Now it was super interesting. Now Louis Theroux is one of my favorite documentarians. I think he's absolutely fucking fantastic. But he interviewed a number of central figures within what's called the manosphere. Yeah, the likes of this. Sullivan guy, HS Tiki Talkie, Ed Matthews, guys that are essentially manipulating young men into this way of toxic masculine thinking and this sort of misogynistic style of thinking. So you have these individuals that are then creating, that are validating this mentality from women because these people exist, and these people are then corrupting the mentality of young people, young men who feel like they don't have a place. So that again, it comes back to the thing we were saying earlier about one level of extremism giving rise to another, and it's just fucking dangerous. And especially with the advent of social media, where everybody can have their own platform, so fucking dangerous and worrying. And then you don't have people like Chuck Norris around anymore to keep everybody.
Here,
I'll
tell you what. I tell you what. You ever see so much shit about him? Like he was fucking pro-Trump and everything. Like so, I straight up proper fucking. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
but here I put a post up. Whenever Andrew Tate got beat stupid by that wee lad that couldn't fight, I put a post up underneath it saying I think it was him on saying lost lad blah 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 blah, and I put a post up saying, if it had been a woman, you would have won, mate, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Mate, and I got took straight at fucking because I went on to see it, fucking 1,000 likes. And the next thing it just disappeared. So you know what I mean? If it had been a woman in the ring with you, mate, you would have won. You know what I mean? It's fucking horrible bastards.
So Lee Rogers is not a central figure in the manosphere. Is what we're
absolutely fucking not, mate.
But mate, that's a whole lot of stuff covered today.
Mate,
so
that's fucking. What did we do? A fucking hour long, mate.
Jesus
hour
Christ.
Long.
Jesus, we went through that rightly.
Mate, I loved that. That was good. Do you know what? I was driving up the road today and I just thought to myself, out of all the fucking cool things we've done,
Yep.
right? I love this.
That's great fun, isn't it?
This is a thing that I fucking bounce up and look forward to getting doing. Just sitting down for an hour, even though we see each other every day. This is still fucking
this
good,
is still great. Do you know what someone said to me the other day? Someone that listened to the podcast, and he's like, "You aren't as daft as you let on sometimes." And I was like, "Well, no, we are. we are. We're a pair of silly geese, but we're also not. We're not the two dumbest guys in the room.
Plus,
sometimes
I think nowadays, us, the way we are, it's a nice way to be, mate. I think people look at us and think they're two fucking idiots.
Yeah, which
but
we are.
But there's no malice in it.
No,
there's never
no.
any malice. We don't mean any ill intent towards anybody or anything else. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
we do know what we're talking about sometimes.
Sometimes, the very odd time, from time to time, we know what we're talking about. I've thoroughly enjoyed this week. This has been lovely, mate.
I love my brother.
Where can people find you on social media and shit like that?
L Rogers 77 is my personal page. Come on there if you fancy chatting. Lee Rogers Music is the fucking music page.
There you go. You find me at PC_commentary for that's mostly just MMA stuff to do with work. Also, anyone interested in a wee bit of one-to-one boxing, give me a wee shout and get yourself booked in, and we'll get you slapping pads. This has been the Bat and the Bandit episode 38. We'll see you next week.
Lovely. Well done.